180-day loop. Episode 35. On the way to the Georgian Bay.
Swift rapids behind us, we moved on to the best known and most iconic lock of the entire Trent-Severn system. Affectionately known as the Big Chute, this marine railway, one of only 3 in the world, is a kind of mechanical portage. It's the only time that your boat has to come out of the water during the entire loop. The way it works is there's a train track that runs from one body of water across a little hill into the other. And the carriage from the train track actually rides down into the water so that you float your boat over the carriage. Then the straps lift your boat out of the water and the entire carriage rides up on the railway over the little hill and back down into the water on the other side. It's a pretty cool experience, but for us, it was over in like 10 minutes. They were waiting for us, and as soon as we got there, they hoisted our boat up and took us over the track and put us back in the water, and we were on our way to the Georgian Bay. We made it through Lock 44, the last lock of the Trent-Severn, in record time, and then we were really on our way in the Georgian Bay. We planned to take Sophie anchoring that night, and we hope to make an anchorage called Frying Pan Anchorage. The water gets really shallow just after the Port Severn lock, so you have to be super careful to follow the markers as you enter the Georgian Bay. In fact, because there are rocks like everywhere, you have to be super careful following your markers all the time when you're traveling the Georgian Bay. If you have a marker indicator, make sure to change it as needed while you're traveling these waters. That can save your boat a bashing. The entire bay is dotted with nifty little islands. Some have little houses, some have nothing, some have interesting markers and monuments. We were determined that Sophie would have at least one night anchoring out with us on the boat. We set off for our planned anchorage at Frying Pan Inlet. But when we arrived and got settled in, there were at least 6 other boats in the bay. Even with all the company, it was simply a beautiful spot. As the sun at last began to settle, the water picked up a shimmery glow. There's nothing more beautiful than a long Canadian sunset. Next morning, Tom and Sophie inflated our kayak and went off for a hike in the woods. They discovered a rock that had been clawed up by a bear, maybe, and had a close encounter with one of those glam Hollywood types. After a thoroughly satisfying day, we set off in the boat for our next destination. Next stop would be Parry Sound.
Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.